All right, hi again. We now move to the second question of the three questions of economics. Excuse me. I need a drink of water. And that is what to produce. You've got your resources, you've decided how to use them, and now what exactly do you make? The example I like to use here, and this is one I use in class as well, is with Pillsbury. If you know that company, the little Poppin' Fresh guy. When you think about what Pillsbury makes, I mean, they make cinnamon rolls, they make toaster strudel, they make those orange rolls, they make pie crust and cake mix and frosting and all that fun stuff. But they also produce flour, just regular flour, and they also produce bread. You don't see it a lot, but they just loaves of bread. So when you're talking about what to make, you've got two basic options here, and again, there's in between, but wants and needs. Okay, and I think you would agree with me that list I just gave you, all of those except for bread and flour are wants. No matter how much you think you need a cinnamon roll, you really don't. But they're fun. So the question here, should a society or a company or a person, whatever, but let's just use company, like I said, produce all wants? And if they do, what's good about that? The good is, number one, you get a lot of choice. When you think about that part of the store, the chips, the cookie aisle, all those things, so many choices, so many options that we have, which makes it fun. Ice cream stores. Think about ice cream shops where you got, you've all done this, with all the flavors. It creates a lot of choice, and because we like choice, and because we like, what Pillsbury gives us, sweet and fat, our two favorite ingredients, that tends to increase profit. Again, pie being profit, because they can raise their prices, because you're going to pay more for 8 ounces of sugary fat bread than you are for 8 ounces of regular bread. It's just the way it is. Okay, so more choice, more profit. The downside, though, is the idea that every loaf of bread, or every tube of cookies, every tube of cinnamon rolls that you make, that's flour and sugar and stuff that do not go into regular bread. So in theory, if you've only got so much, you got less needs that are met when you do this. Think about something like wedding cakes. How many loaves of bread could be made from a wedding cake? That's all these tiers. Some of you watch these shows and stuff, Cake Boss and stuff. Does it make sense? Is it fair, if you will, to make a wedding cake when you could be making bread out of that? Well, what's a wedding without a cake? Generally speaking, that's a big part of it. But in theory, you would have less bread or less flour available for bread. Okay, so the other option would be, let's produce nothing but needs. Only bread, only regular milk, no ice cream, that kind of stuff. So you'd have more needs met here, and because you'd produce more, the prices would drop, which means it's available to more people. The problem is, though, you're reducing people's choice, and they definitely do not like that. You're going to get white bread, and you're going to like it. And they're reducing the company's profit. And if the company can't make a profit, then they're going to simply, either make it cheaper, or more likely they're just not going to keep doing it. Just why would Pillsbury exist just to make flour when they can make so much more money and more people happy, frankly, off of making cinnamon rolls, even if some people do without? So, where do we go in real life? We probably more here. You think about it, there's nothing that Pillsbury doesn't make, not told to. They might be subsidized. We'll talk about subsidies later, but given money, hey, how about you make some bread for the military, something like that. Or, there are some things you can't make. Gun companies can't make automatic rifles for everybody. They can't make bazookas for everybody and tanks and such. But other than the illegal stuff, which is mainly designed to protect the public, we pretty much let people do this, which does sometimes leave people out, but it also creates a lot of goodness. So just a matter of what you value. Okay, bye.